So let me see here. It looks like we might have a bonus topic. So let me go here and see. Okay, so yeah, Terminator suggested that we have a bonus topic. So as long as you guys are down with that, that's cool. We can do that. And that will be for the next one as far as most overrated or overhyped game of the year. So let's talk about that briefly because I do want to get to our game of the year and I do want to get to our most anticipated for 2015 within the next 30 minutes or so. So we'll start off with Terminator since he did bring this topic. What is your most overrated or overhyped game of the year, Terminator?
Well, I got one for each. The overhyped, I believe the biggest hyped game of the year was Destiny. From what I'm hearing, didn't live up to the hype. But if you go back to E3 2012, when they showed Watch Dogs for the first time and how that's been talked about for the last 2 years, I feel like that was definitely the most overhyped game by a long shot. Just didn't deliver anything special. Just a GTA clone that wasn't even close to as good. The most overrated game, and this is going to be controversial because I know a lot of people love this game. For me personally, I think Mr. T liked it a lot, was Shovel Knight. Game of the Year nominations just about on every site, and that's a game that's so forgettable for me. I got through it in like 5 hours, and I'll probably never play it again, and I think it was just totally overrated. I think it's a marginal, okay platformer, retro style, but for me, it didn't do it for me, so those are my two.
Oh, that hurts.
Mr. T or Terminator just hit Shovel Knight over the head with the shovel. What is this?
Didn't deserve all the praise.
You just Spartan kicked Shovel Knight into
Oh, I wholeheartedly disagree, but that's fine.
You buried Shovel Knight.
Oh, the Shovel Knight puns are... They're killing me too.
I was trying to think of something else, but I couldn't.
Those were good, though. Those were good.
Mr. T, your most overrated game of the year?
He took the best ones, man. Destiny is obviously right up there at the top, but I want to do something. Maybe nobody's. He also said Terminator. Just also said Watch Dogs too. Well, because those two are taken, and I could easily use those as well. I just want to do something different. Assassin's Creed Unity, I think, was obviously highly overrated because, especially with all the hype,
it was overrated. It has like a 70 average or something.
But before it came out, it was the first true next gen.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking overhyped. I saw overhyped.
Okay, yeah, overhyped. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm going with the overhyped one, and that was Assassin's Creed Unity for me.
Okay, yeah. What about overrated? Do you have an overrated?
Overrated? That's a tougher one because a lot of games come out every year that are so overrated, and these sites run with it because they they might be getting a check. That's a tougher one for me. Overrated.
Maybe pick underrated and as a backup if you don't have overrated.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Destiny on that one too. It's obviously because it's got a lot of high marks, and I don't think from the people that I've seen
you won Game of the Year somewhere.
Right.
Games Radar.
It's just so meh. From what these are people that bought the game, that play the game regularly. They talk about it. A guy I watch, 95 Gamers. He went out and got the DLC as well, and he said he went through it in like an hour, and that's just sad.
That guy is so confusing, and if he's watching, what's up, dude? But like he's like Destiny, he starts talking about how awful like the things that they do. He's like,
he gonna go back and forth.
I just keep playing it.
He can't stop playing it, but he talks about how awful it is. That was pretty funny. Yeah, shout out to 95.
In the same video, he's like blasting the game, but then he's like, but it's so good. I play it all the time. It was really off. It was really weird.
Destiny for me.
As far as me, my overhyped. Yeah, I would have to say for me it was definitely overhyped. Destiny was overhyped beforehand. All you heard, 5 million E3 award-winning stuff. Like, I played the game at E3. I don't know what were these people. I remember people were clapping and like, oh, this is so awesome. I knew it was trash, in my opinion. When I played it, I was like, there's nothing really great about this game. When I played the beta, again, nothing really good when I played it. When I played it at my buddy's house, again, I'm like, this game is just an average game. I knew it was beforehand. Why it was getting so many E3 awards was beside me, but that was just overhyped. As far as overrated game, I know maybe remasters aren't something that we can talk about as far as overrated, but Grand Theft Auto, again, re-released, getting all the scores that it's getting, overrated, in my opinion. Grand Theft Auto's controls are just not very good. They're trash. That game is overrated. That franchise is overrated.
I've been saying it for years.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is just an overrated. It's just overrated. People like it because you can shoot and kill people, and because the acting is very good. Like, the setup and the plot is funny, and it's very good. And that's the reason why that game is popular. Rockstar has this thing. They found the way to, like, actors to hire and what they do with the plots and stuff like that. The gameplay's trash. That game's overrated. Broken. Online's broken half the time, and 95, 100 out of 10 out of 10.
I know, it's at a 97 right now on Metacritic.
97. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. What kind of malarkey is this?
And I have the game, so I don't have the new version, but I have the old version, and the controls are terrible.
97?
They've always been terrible.
I get stuck on trying to, like, in a gunfight, it has like a basic cover system, and I constantly get stuck on stuff. I'm trying to run over, and I'm like stuck on like a little piece of debris on the ground that I can't see.
Goodness gracious, I don't know how that game gets such. I mean, even like Grand Theft Auto 4, like, you want to take it back a little bit. Grand Theft Auto 4, so overhyped.
Ugh, utter garbage.
Overhyped. I went out there and I literally, like, got in my car right after. I was in college when that game released. I think I was like a junior, and I got in my car and I drove to Circuit City back when they were actually in business, and I picked up the game and I ran back home and I played it, and instantly I was like, I beat it, but I sold it. I didn't want it in my house or in my dorm.
I played it for free, so I had okay feelings about it.
I got rid of it. There's only 2 games that I know I got rid of as soon as I beat it because I didn't want it in my house. It was Grand Theft Auto 4 and it was Sonic Boom. Those are the 2 games. I said, and I don't sell my games back, but I said, I don't want this in my house. I don't want this spoiled or getting tainted.
There's a game that's overrated, because if it got a score higher than 1, then it's Sonic Boom. Oh.
Trash of the year. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic. It's on every single, every single one with Sonic Boom. But anyway, Zen, do you want to speak to this a little bit as far as your overhyped, overrated?
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you with Grand Theft Auto 4, by the way. I didn't get that game until really late. It was out for quite some time. So I got home, I played it, and like you, I'm like, okay, not bad. I can kill people, I can do all this crazy shit, do what I want when I want, how I fit, cool. But then the game ended. And I had the one with The Lost in the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony, right? The DLC bits, and those things were rated to high heaven. I played those, and I'm like, what? Where is all this praise coming from? I don't understand. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't understand. I just don't understand. But for this year, I'm surprised no one mentioned The Last of Us Remastered. Given as far as overrated and kind of.
I've played it, and
I like that game, so
I think it's not bad. I think it's better than Grand Theft. I think the gameplay is better than Grand Theft Auto.
No, but what I would say that is, it's the same game we saw last year, receiving the same praise from last year, so it's kind of like
60 frames per second though, which does help for me in the gunplay. Whereas Grand Theft Auto, it's still 30. They didn't move it up to 60.
Rockstar, listen, Terminator man, Rockstar, they can't make good controls for their lives itself. They tried Red Dead Redemption. I'm in the West, and I feel like I'm controlling a tank. It's like
Red Dead Redemption's controls were bad, but I do like the game. But the controls.
Yeah, the game was good, but the controls were horrible. Absolutely horrible. But I would have to give my disappointment, overrated, whatever, of 2014 to AC Road. A couple weeks back, I had the opportunity to borrow that from someone who had it on the 360, came home, played it, and if people say, "Oh, AC Rogue is the good one," Unity is the bad one, AC Rogue is the good one. I have a question for those persons. What's better than trash? That's a real low bar to set because that game is equally bad, in my opinion.
Zen, you know how I feel. You know how I feel about Assassin's Creed. You know, you guys know this franchise is trash. The combat system is slow moving garbage. Give me Devil May Cry. Give me Bayonetta. Give me. Heck, I even take God of War at this point over. Give me anything. I actually like God of War. I like God of War 2 a lot. And I don't know what they're doing. They need to reinvent this. They need to reinvent this battle system.
Add Batman combat like Shadows of Mordor, and then you'll have a game of the year.
You know what? I like that, but there's the difference with Batman is the way that it moves and the way, like, as far as the strategy goes with taking down enemies, where some of them you have to stun with your cape or you can like dodge over them. To me, it just seems like it's a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as like 100% push to win, especially when you're playing on the harder difficulties. You know, you don't have those little marks coming out of their head, like, you know, that's letting you know that there's like somebody that you can counter coming up. So I mean, personally, to me, I love like Arkham City. Oof, that game is amazing in my opinion, and I love what they do with the combat. But to me, it just feels faster and better than Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed just feels so slow, and I've played Unity, you know, and I've played the other Assassin's Creed games. I've played 3, I've played 2, and they're too easy too. That's another thing that I hate about Assassin's Creed. Like, why is the game so damn easy? Like, I don't get that. Like, it's like it's easy. It's just way too easy to me, and they need to really like have like a hard mode or something, maybe.
If it wasn't for the story in those games, it'd be a
That's the reason why people play it. I mean, right. I don't think most people even beat the game. I just think, oh yeah, it's like Assassin's Creed Ubisoft. It's like the big thing. It's marketed on, you know, Monday Night Football. It's marketed on all the big channels. So then, you know, the casual gamers, which make up most of the people who play games.
That's right.
You know, the Call of Duties. You know, those guys, they're gonna rush out and go buy. They're gonna rush out and go buy Assassin's Creed. You know, so. Those are the people who are playing those type of games.